salt is definitely in the air today. It's not super cold out, but it's cool enough and wet enough it's keeping the bugs somewhat at bay. I think the only bugs that are out right now are the mosquitoes. There's only a few of them out too. Today I'm going to be processing tomatoes for canning. Brought my propane burner set out to help in that. It's pretty handy heating up the water. It heats up the water really quick. And I think once I get a pavilion built over this deck, it'll probably be a permanent fixture out here. Got a 30-pound box of tomatoes here. Just gonna kind of sort through them and see which ones are starting to go bad. They're fairly ripe right now. So I suspect there might be some that are past their time. Hoping to get about 12 to 14 quart jars of tomatoes out of these 30 pounds. Well, we'll see how that goes. I'm making these little cuts in the tomato skin itself. I find it easier to peel once I blanch them. So it's drizzling a little bit. I suspect it's supposed to be like this for the majority of the day. Had a pretty good rain shower last night. Just kind of hoping it'd be a little bit cooler today. It doesn't take long to blanch these tomatoes, between 30 seconds and a minute. Pretty grateful for this umbrella right now. It's really helping out with the light rain that we're getting right now. But I am looking forward to the day where I have a covered pavilion for this spot. Make things so much more enjoyable during these type of days, whether it's light drizzle or a downpour or snowing or whatever. Even in all hot days of summer, the shade it'll provide. Yeah, these tomatoes, they peel pretty slick with this process. Okay, so the first batch of tomatoes are in the water bath. I got 50 minutes of boiling time to get them finished. And by that time, the next 6 will be ready to go in. Just waiting to boil up some more water so I can put them in the jars with the tomatoes. And then after that, I'll just get back to peeling some logs for the time being and getting those ready for the firewood shed. And we'll take a look at the garden too. It didn't do so well this year. That first 6 weeks, well, mid-May to end June was like really cold and really wet. No, the rain wasn't the issue. It was just the fact that it was like really cold. It really stunted their growth and held them back for about 6 weeks. We really didn't start getting any decent heat till, I'd say, mid-July. It started warming up a bit beginning part of July, but mid-July is when the heat really started kicking. And we only had a couple weeks of really hot temperatures, and then it kind of got back to normal. And as you can see now, we're starting to drizzle and rain and a bit cooler temperatures, so fall is here. I've been going on a real breakfast kick lately. I'm not sure if it's the time of year or what. Just loving the breakfast right now. So the first batch of tomatoes are done. Just waiting for the next batch of water to start boiling. I had to add a bunch and it kind of quenched the temperature, so not boiling yet. Give it a few minutes. By the time I'm done eating lunch, water should be good and hot. Ready to water bath the 6 remaining jars of tomatoes. That's one. Two. That third one here. You gotta take a look at these tomato plants. Compared to last year, they are extremely stunted. There's a few tomatoes, a few regular tomatoes and a few cherry tomatoes, but nothing compared to last year. So I'm kind of thinking along with the crummy weather we had back in the spring and early summer. I think it might be a nutrition thing as well. I'm gonna have to recharge the topsoil the dirt I got in those beds, get the proper nutrients in. No CMs are out. And we'll do that for next year and see how it goes. So this is kind of a test hole for one of the posts I'm going to use for the fence to fence off what I'm going to call the sawmill yard. I got a fence here that's given to me, so I'm just going to kind of utilize it and throw it up, and it's kind of secure around where the lumber mill is and where the logs are going to be. So just digging a test hole here for a post, and I'm going to throw a bunch of concrete in there just to set it and give it some structure. Should work pretty good with the excavator digging holes like that. What I'll probably end up doing is putting 2 bags of concrete mix in there, 2 bags of post haste. Should work pretty good. What I'll end up doing is I'll put a couple bags of post haste concrete in the bottom of that hole, and then once it's set up, I'll just bury the rest with dirt. I'll do that for each post. Do 1 post at a time, and it should happen pretty quickly. I don't need a lot of posts done to fence off what I want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 10 posts. 10 posts done, and then I'll put the rails up too. And also got a gate I gotta hang, so I think the post with hanging off the gate, we'll get probably an extra bag of concrete just to make up for that weight. Well, what an excellent day out at the cabin. Fall is well on the way. I have to say this morning with the cooler temperatures and the drizzle, the bugs were very tolerable this morning. Right now, not so much. Temperatures come up a bit, and the no-see-ums are everywhere. Up to their old tricks, flying into my eyeballs and up my nose and down my lungs. So, hopefully here in the next couple weeks she dips down. We're at the end of August now, so fingers crossed for frost next week, but I don't see it happening. Still pretty warm. But we are at that time of year where it could happen, so leaves are turning color fast, and things are starting to slow down. Like the grass has slowed down considerably. I'll probably give her one more cut this year, just to keep it down, and then that'll be it for the year. But overall, I'm pretty happy with today's progress. Got some canning done, some preserves for the winter, some log peeling, and then I figured out a plan for that fence for the lumber yard, for the mill yard, and I'll probably get that done here pretty quick too. And also I've been thinking about the pavilion for this outdoor kitchen for the duck here, and I've got a pretty good idea of what I'm going to do. 6 posts and a header around the top, some extra bracing, and then put a roof on, build the trusses, and have a tin roof. I'm not sure if I'll get all that done before winter time. We'll have to see. But I'd like to get the posts in the ground and the headers up and see where we're at. Sure would have nice to have that pavilion up and ready today. I'm glad I had the little umbrella to stand under while it was sprinkling, but it would have been so much better with a fully covered pavilion. Oh, all in good time. So I think that'll do it for today. So if you made it into this far, thank you, and we'll talk to you later.